Yes, my dear friend, welcome back to the channel. Very good evening to you wherever you are on the continent of Africa, in Europe, in America, Canada, Australia, or here in Southeast Asia. I'm glad, I'm excited to be back with a tactical analysis of Chelsea's game versus Wolves. Yes, that game was won convincingly, 6-2. There were not many mistakes in our build-up play. It's true that our defense was not very, tight, but because we scored more goals, we were able to cover up for our lapses. Yes, when you score more goals in games, your mistakes will not easily be noticed. I don't know whether you get my point. If you score more goals, the more goals you score, the lesser mistakes we notice. And so this very night, or this evening, ladies and gentlemen, it ended Wolves 2, Chelsea 6. Tactical analysis is what I want to bring for you tonight. You see, the Chelsea blueprint, Premier League match day 2. Chelsea blueprint, Premier League match day 2. Chelsea's offense, Flair, Ross, the Molineux. Chelsea's offense, Flair, Ross, the Molineux. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. That is my intro. Don't ask me what is the meaning of that. Chelsea's lineup was altered compared to their starting 11 against Man City. And with Palmer, Maresca and Modric starting the match. Wolves had no changes apart from Cunha playing instead of Gomez. Yeah. In their previous game, apart from Cunha playing in this game instead of Gomez. Ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea build up. Maresca tweaked Chelsea's build-up shape with Fofana drifting out wide to receive the ball. Fofana drifted out wide to receive balls. You see, this disrupted Wolves' press. It actually disrupted Wolves' press as their front two hesitated to press the Chelsea centre-backs, since they had more distance to cover with Fofana's positioning. Yeah. Now, there were, of course, many variations of the build-up. Sometimes Fofana comes narrow to receive the ball. Sometimes Fofana comes narrow to receive the ball. Other times, Fernandes will drop to form a 4-2 to build from. When you see Fernandes dropping to form the 4-2, you will see him now pattering Casado at the DM. In so doing, when they receive the ball, it makes the defense, our defense, a bit solid, but it allows our attack, our front three, to press harder. You see Nicolas Jackson, Madueke, and Modric. It gives them the freedom to now press harder without looking back. When that happens, they don't get scared of their back. Few occasions that we saw Madueke getting worried about the defense was when he gave out that free kick that resulted in a goal. Now, on your screen, you can see clearly what I tried to demonstrate there. You will notice the location of Fofana. Anytime Fofana is back to position, Madueke is focused ahead. But if Fofana goes wide, Madueke will have to fall back to support the defense. Because by the time Fofana wants to return, the two attackers of Wolves are already in position. This is what actually resulted in that free kick that led to the goal. The free kick that Madueke gave. It's very avoidable. That free kick was avoidable. You see, then Chelsea looked to progress the ball through the left side a lot. And that is why the inability of Modric to deliver. That is when most of us were disappointed, because we like to progress the ball through the left side a lot. To isolate Palmer and Madueke on the right for 2 versus 2. 2 versus 2. Now, this worked quite effectively and led to Madueke's first 2 goals. More generally, Fernandes and Palmer located themselves outside of Wolves' defense. I mean, Cole Palmer and Enzo Fernandes, they were outside of Wolves' defensive block to receive in spaces and beat the mid block by playing around them, by passing the ball around them, which they did very effectively. Enzo Fernandes and Cole Palmer, whenever they receive the ball, they play around the mid block of Wolves. A lot of the balls, you could see it clearly that Cole Palmer and Enzo, they were very good in it, very effectively. They receive the ball, they make sure they play around with the ball, giving the defense of Wolves something to think of, because at that moment they are not sure. They are not sure whether the ball is going to go to Madueke or is going to go to Modric. But then what that does again to Chelsea is that it gives our striker, Nicola Jackson, the opportunity to make use of the spaces he has. All he needs to do is to be watching. We saw few moments where Jackson received the ball and, well, let me leave that. Let me not go into Jackson now. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. All right. On your screen, you can see the position of Chelsea players, their footprints on your screen right now. Every player, every Chelsea player and their positioning on your screen right now. That is what you can see there. The blue mark is Chelsea players. You see, quick thinking, which is one thing I observed from our goalkeeper. For once, I have seen Sanchez thinking fast than usual. I've seen Sanchez making use of, the brain. I quite like the goalkeeper's intent to start play quickly when Wolves had committed players forward. Whenever Wolves committed their players forward in attacking Chelsea, anytime the ball gets to Sanchez, he gives a quick pass and it resulted in a goal. Yeah. It's very similar to what Arsenal normally do. Very similar to what Arsenal usually do. The quick thinking of Sanchez is one thing that you need to take note of. I observed that throughout last night in a game. And that is what led to Cole Palmer's goal as well. It is what led to Cole Palmer's goal, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Chelsea's high press was impressive. Chelsea's high press was impressive. Yes. Chelsea's high press was impressive. Maresca's side had the intent and intensity to carry out a highly aggressive press from the offset. From the offset. You see, the approach involved a hybrid of pressing with Jackson and Cole Palmer to reset the team on one-on-one duels, while the centre-backs were 2 versus 1. Our centre-backs were 2 versus 1. By Cole Palmer and Jackson doing pressing, they are always on one-on-one duels. You see, I want you to notice something here. Observe something here. On your screen, watch something. You will see the location of Jackson. You see Cole Palmer. The arrow you will see an arrow pointing from Jackson to the goalpost. Then you will see Cole Palmer. Now, Cole Palmer's location, whenever he receives the ball, he's always looking out for Noni Madueke. He looks out for Noni. When Jackson gets the ball, he's looking direct to the goalpost. And the defense of Wolves, because their focus is mostly on Noni Madueke and Modric, they notice that we are using the left flank a lot. And once in a while, we move the ball towards Noni Madueke. Their attention, you see clearly one-on-one versus they are on Noni Madueke. Well, the graph is there, as you can see on your screen. I'm being signaled that I need to hurry up, otherwise my time is getting up. Ladies and gentlemen, this caused forced turnovers and led to opposition mistakes in possession as well, which were beneficial. Yes, it caused the turnovers and led to opposition mistakes. It led to Wolves' mistakes in possession as well, which were beneficial to Chelsea. However, there were times when Wolves would get through the high press, leading to dangerous situations for Chelsea. There were times when it led to dangerous situations for Chelsea because they were able to break through sometimes. Yeah, quickly. Another graph on your screen. Because of time, you can zoom it and watch the graph and you understand clearly what I mean there. Now, Chelsea's mid-block issues. Ladies and gentlemen, before I let you go in the next 3 minutes. When the Blues pressed intensely from their mid-block to force Wolves backward, they were mostly effective. And what happens is that my concern then came in their porous mid-block structure during passive phases. That was my concern. The mid-block structure becomes more defenseless if we press hard. I mean, during the passive phase, where Wolves easily pierce through because of our lack of awareness from our players. Sometimes they are taken by surprise. It looks like our players sometimes they lack the awareness of the dangers that Wolves possess. They lack compactness in the structure. Maybe with time, we will develop that. To be aware of our area, where we are, and have the compactness in the structure we are building. It is very important. It's like when you focus so much on something, you tend up to forget your surroundings. That is the best way to describe it. Their focus is on high press, and so they forgot about the mid-block. Ladies and gentlemen, we are still a team in building, in process. We are still developing or growing. So some of these things I'm pointing out, a lot are positives. The little errors or mistakes in there, I believe that our coaching department, they themselves will sit back and analyze some of these things. Now, Wolves mid-block, let me talk about that briefly. Wolves, their mid-block. We got around Wolves very well. In mid-block, pretty well. Yes, we got around them pretty well in mid-block, as well as played around the press. It led to quite a few chances. Palmer and Fernandes led the team in creating chances from here. Yes. Now, their mid-block, in as much as they tried to play the mid-block, we were able, because of Palmer and Fernandes, their creativity, we were able to overcome that. Now, listen. My final thought before I let you go. Although the 6-2 result is outstanding, I'm still cautiously satisfied because Wolves had plenty of chances. But in the end, it just came down to efficiency. Nevertheless, a solid result for Chelsea. Ladies and gentlemen, a solid result for Chelsea. I will not take it any further than to say this. Our next game is in Switzerland, 7th. I will hope to see an improvement from last night's game. Next weekend's game, I'm not too sure our next person we are playing with, but I want to believe that there will be a greater improvement in that. Let me end it here. This is my tactical analysis of the game. I should be back with more explosives in the coming hours. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you in the next one when you see me. Shalom and peace.